United States submarine base at Key West, Florida. A dispatch that quoted President Truman's press secretary, Charles Ross, as saying that President Truman has no knowledge of any secret project by this government that would give substance to the existence of such objects. Ross also said that both the Air Force and the Navy deny that such objects exist.
Hi.
Hi. You
Here's
hear
the
that?
thing.
You hear that?
What? What?
A brand new microphone.
Yeah, actually, I do hear it. Actually, I do
Do
hear
you hear
it.
the ASMR now?
No. You still have
Oh,
like a noise gate on,
yeah, I do have a noise gate on.
so it's not gonna work. But anyway, hi.
Hi.
My name is Noelle, and I think that I've been having dark thoughts because there was a significant amount of black mold in my odwalla.
Girl, I've been having dark thoughts because every time I get on Instagram, it like gives me the like don't kill yourself pop-up. And I didn't realize what it was until I finally opened the notification. It was because I commented on Keelan's uh nail photo that was
Uh-huh.
showing like the different horoscopes, and I said I don't see Virgo, so I'm gonna kill myself, and it has flagged it every day for like 3 weeks,
Oh, oh my God.
and it's gonna make me kill myself.
Yeah.
Well,
And so what does it do? It just says don't kill yourself and then you X out of it. How does that work?
yeah, let me pull up my Instagram and I'll show you.
Also, what a beautiful snapshot of the differences of our lives online because you comment, I want to kill myself, and Instagram's like, no, please don't. You're so sexy. And then I comment, I'm going to kill you, and Instagram's like, you're banned for 7 business days.
I got banned for threatening to kill friend of the podcast Ichabod.
Yeah. And just, it's like no one really wants to have fun anymore. What happened to free speech?
Yeah, literally can't even have free speech anymore.
Not on Instagram.
Yeah, it
Or,
pops up and it says, "Can we help? If you're going through a difficult time and want support, we'd like to help. You can talk to a friend, contact a helpline, or get tips and support." And
so what part is the we? Where's Instagram saying
I don't
contact?
know, but
Right.
it and then it says that my comment is for 18 plus only, which makes me sound like a pervert.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. Um, Sometimes when I write like Lindsey Graham is a fat fucking cocksucker on my Instagram story, it says like, it literally says like, are you sure you want to post this? I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, and now I'm gonna fucking tag him. Um, isn't
I
he
love
dead?
tagging people. Yeah, I hope so. I think Lindsey Graham,
He just died,
they said
right?
he died. Yeah, he just died, but I think he got killed in Russia, and I think that we're too scared to do anything to Russia to say anything, but I think he got taken out.
Why do you think that?
Because I'm pretty sure that Trump likes to be diddled by Putin and would never do anything to negate the benefits of that mutual pegging.
Hmm.
And so when Lindsey Graham went over there and ran his floppy mouth, that Putin put him in a leg hold and squeezed his little head off, and he died.
But what shit
Also,
was
there
he
was
talking?
the real thing. I think I didn't read too much into the theory because I was too busy on Mitch McConnell watch,
Yeah.
but there were like flight patterns, I believe, that had him in like Moscow, and then people were trying to deny that that is what happened, and that his like timeline wasn't matching up, and then the fact that he didn't get like the same funeral rights that other politicians get. It was just like a whole bunch of swept under the rug. Oh, by the way, Lindsey Graham's dead, and that was kind of it. But I feel like when other people like look at fucking Charlie Kirk,
Well, that's
we
different.
tried to name a street after him. Like, you know what I mean? It's something silly.
I mean, I want to agree with you and believe you, but the comparison between the two is a little. Lindsey Graham was a he was the worst kind of closeted gay man because he would pay, girls, gays, and theys to peg him while he wore red lingerie, and like while he did that, he was also saying like we should execute trans people. So, um,
Yeah.
like I think that when he died, all of the NDAs that all the girls, all the dolls signed were out the window. And so I think that they didn't want to put his death and funeral on display because they didn't want the dolls to have something like a platform to talk about how he liked getting pegged by trans women. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
Well, that's just like your run-of-the-mill Republican at that point, I believe.
Yeah, but like he had so many. He was like the dolls around DC were funded by Lindsey Graham, basically, and the
Yeah,
NDAs and the money that they got. So like he dies, NDAs are out the window. They can all say whatever they want. Their stories are likely going to get more traction just because of the algorithmic workings of his name trending in the news cycles. It would naturally pop up. But if they don't talk about him in the news cycles a lot, then their stories online won't have natural engagement because of the algorithm. That's what I mean.
perhaps.
Or Russia
Yeah.
killed him. And
Yeah,
and
I think I want
here
Russia to have killed him.
and here's another question. What the fuck is going on with Mitch McConnell? Like, really though, I'm so honest. How long has it been? It's been weeks, right? If not like a month, like a month. Like
Yeah.
when
And
did that
like the pictures that they're posting of him, he looks smoothed out. Like he looks
it's
face-tuned.
AI.
Chris Jenner. Yeah. He looks
It's
like Chris Jenner with Gordon Ramsay.
like I know that bitch is dead and it's crazy. I don't know. It's we live in a fucking simulation at this point, but I'm I assume that there's something that I don't know about or am unaware of, uneducated about that like if he is to be declared dead, something is going to happen in an election that's going to sway a certain way. And so that's why they're fucking weekend at Bernieing him to pass whatever that needs, like, so that doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think,
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah.
know. But anyway,
Hmm.
speaking of conspiracy theories, now I actually, before we get into conspiracy theories, even though we're there, I wanted to ask you, are you seeing people online get mad about
Yes.
the
No.
period period. Are you seeing
Yep.
people online? Yeah, unfortunately. Are you seeing them get upset about the new X-Men character rosters?
I have seen clickbait saying stuff about Rogue, who I believe is going to be played by the girl from Obsession.
Yeah, Indy Navarrete.
And I never looked into it because I think I don't care. And that casting seemed fine to me. And
Hmm.
then that's all I have. That is all I have looked at. And then I saw a little clip come out with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool telling Hugh Jackman as Wolverine to be like, tell everyone that you're there if they need you. And he's like, okay, I'm there if you need me. Like implying that he's gonna have some sort of cameo in the movie. And that's what I've seen.
Okay. I I think there's like a weird internet takedown happening with like Indy. 'Cause my conspiracy, even though we're talking about X-Men and I wanted to not talk about conspiracies just yet, we're going to talk about them quickly. My conspiracy is that like this is going to be an X-Men storyline that is a little bit more horror, which is why the casting is like a lot of horror divas. So like Indy from Obsession and Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. Obviously, she was in like Stranger Things. And then Emma Frost is going to be played by Samara Weaving from Ready or Not. So those are
Hmm.
like, some horror adjacent darlings. So that's my conspiracy of it.
I hadn't thought of that, nor had I heard of it. When I saw that Samara Weaving was casted as Emma Frost, I was excited. And then I'm wondering what storyline they may go with. But I think with like X-Men, they've done so many of the big ones. I don't know. I once joked that we should do a panel that explains the X-Men timeline, and nobody was interested in doing it because it was too hard. So I think they could really do literally whatever they want because
Yeah.
with X-Men they just copy and paste themselves into um sorry, I'm trying to flip off your partner,
He
but I
can't
don't know if
see you.
he's
He's
looking
too
at
far
me.
away. No, he's in the kitchen.
Ugh, where he should be. Uh no, I'm trying to think of like the last X-Men story that I read and understood. And I'm like drawing a blank because it was so fucking confusing. Let me look at
Okay,
my graphic novel list real
well then
quick.
let's also ask this question. Do you even like X-Men?
I do like X-Men. Nightcrawler is my favorite. I'm also partial to Forget Me Not.
Nightcrawler doesn't count, dude. Like I'm saying
Okay, that's a
like
crazy thing to say.
it's not I'm saying like X-Men that like the mass majority know.
Nightcrawler is one that the mass majority know. And then before you so rudely interrupted me, Noel, I was going to say Forget Me Not because his only power is that people don't remember him. And I've yet to see him in a full-length feature film.
Saying that Nightcrawler is like I, Nightcrawler is like Kitty Pryde to the masses.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a popular one to love 100%. As a
That's not what
church
I'm
girl,
saying.
I don't know what you're saying then.
I'm saying that like no one fucking knows about Nightcrawler. Like, because no one, here's the thing.
Everyone knows about Nightcrawler. He's in
No
like
one,
every movie.
no, he's in three. He's in the OG one X2 from like the 2000s. He's in Apocalypse and he's in Dark Phoenix. No one gave a shit about Dark Phoenix. Let's keep it a fucking buck. And I'm talking about
Yeah, that
cinematic
one wasn't good.
X-Men. I'm talking about cinematic X-Men because
But he's in the
no one's
cartoon as
reading the
well.
comics. Okay. So we need
I
to
just think I feel like Nightcrawler is like top three of everyone's favorite. It's like saying Batman for the X-Men. Like I feel
No,
like
it's
that's an
literally
equivalent.
not.
I feel like you're gaslighting me right now.
Wolverine
I
is
feel
like
like
saying Batman for X-Men.
I feel like you're gaslighting me into
I'm
thinking that Nightcrawler isn't that popular. And I feel
he's
like
not.
Nightcrawler has like
He's not.
so you want me to pick my most favorite out of like the cinematic sweeties? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just
Is this post-COVID syndrome? Like what's going on? I
no,
don't know what to
you
do.
if oh my God. If X-Men is being regurgitated once again for the
Yeah.
masses in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the
Hmm.
world where Disney has purchased it,
Okay.
you're no one gives a shit about Nightcrawler.
That's a crazy take.
That's what
I'm
I'm
still
saying.
doubling down on it.
Like, and that's why I mean, like, saying it's like Nightcrawler's like Kitty Pryde. In if you read the comics and maybe you watch the animated series, you would like them and know them, but like that's not who they're trying to get in the seats of the theaters.
So you're thinking like Wolverine would be the main draw, Rogue,
Yes, yes,
Storm.
yes, which is what we're getting, which is who they all just cast. They just like cast Rogue, Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Cyclops, like it's the same shit. And I
Well,
say
let me
this
see.
like
You, first of all, you
what?
bitch.
I'm
Because Alan Cumming, hero of traitors and fashion icon, will reprise his role
I
as Nightcrawler in Avengers Doomsday, returning to his character for the first time since 2003.
and that's exact and once again, and I said like the 2000s one was great, loved it, but that's not the world we're living in now. So like that's not going to be the draw, even though it's going to draw us. Love that. Love that he's going to be in it. But I don't know. I'm excited
I
to
feel like he's
see.
still fucking popular. I feel like you're gaslighting me
I'm
right
not
now.
gaslighting you.
I feel like he's like if there was an Avengers of the X-Men, he would be in it. You could make the argument that he's the Hawkeye of the Avengers,
He's the
but
Hawkeye. He's the
he's
Hawkeye.
still in the Avengers
Oh my,
though.
barely.
He may not get a movie, but he's gonna have a mini series.
That's going to get canceled after one season.
That's on Marvel because I actually do think that them doing My Life as a Weapon as the like a really good trade into a series. It was actually quite good if you really want to argue about it.
So
We had so much stuff we wanted to talk about, and you
I'm
derailed it completely
I'm
with your wrong opinion.
your wrong opinion. It's just like you aren't putting your brain into the Marvel Disney cinematic universe of today. You're putting it in the one that doesn't exist anymore of 2003.
I would say that it still exists considering they're bringing Ellen coming back to Doomsday. I bet they're fucking with the timeline 100% because they're also going to have Wolverine in there.
Hmm.
And I bet they're now that they're doing like the multiverse and everything, and with some of the Easter eggs that have dropped in the Doomsday trailer, I imagine it's going to be something similar to what we saw with Nicolas Cage's Superman in the, what was it, Batman, in the Flash movie, where there's going to be snippets of fan service, but I don't know how critical to the overall story that they're going to be.
Yeah,
That would be my opinion.
I think it's going to be fan service for sure. But this was my whole thing about bringing this up. We're seeing a Revenge of the Sith style anti-Anakin campaign against Indy Navarrete as Rogue. And the modern version of it is that people are making horrible little videos and TikToks showing like what she looked like when she was like 17 and made some like videos online being like, and this is what a real woman's body looked like. And she's, just got a child's body and just kind of being like, I'm a normal person with normal sizing. And then being
Yeah.
like massive cut to her and they're like Hollywood sellout. And I'm like, that is a fucking propaganda smear campaign by neckbeards who want legacy characters forever in their fucking Marvel movies.
I also think it's the symbolism of like what she was in Obsession because you go into that and I think that the men who watched Obsession and saw Bear as the victim are getting pissy about the fact that it Bear was the demon that
Hmm.
ruined her life, you know? And then I think when you get that kind of messaging, she's probably becoming like the personification of everything that they hate in the world, which is like, oh, so like I'm the bad guy if I make a girl like me, blah, blah, blah. But I think
Yeah.
she's a fine casting. I like who fucking cares who gets casted as Rogue?
Well, I mean, I think it's a fun casting as Rogue, right?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
I think it's fun. Well,
I'm trying to think.
if you have the cartoon version of Rogue that takes on like pieces of the people that she touches, then you have someone who essentially has like dueling personalities. And what other did
Yeah,
she
literally.
then what did she put on an obsession
The
other than that role?
the only bad casting I would say would probably be like Sydney Sweeney as Rogue.
People were trying to say Sydney Sweeney is Emma Frost, and I said, how dare you?
Yeah, I think
How
Samara
dare
Weaving is
you?
a really good cast for that. And I don't want to be like, I'm going to only shit on Sydney Sweeney because she's a terrible person, who
I'm
is dating Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's dating
but
Satan?
yeah,
Shit dating
but
piss.
yeah, I think the casting's fine. Like I haven't seen anything where I've been like, oh, that's bad casting. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't. Obviously, they're bringing back some legacy characters for fan service. Like legacy characters we haven't seen since like 2003-ish.
yeah,
But neckbeards are gonna neckbeard, and it's been interesting to see this like I don't know, this like they're coming back. We have regressed. Obviously, we've regressed as a society, and we're getting some of that old shit back, but in a 2026 way, where it's like the propaganda of hate is weird videos body shaming women to be like, and this is, and look at, she's a betrayer, you guys. You thought she was your ally, going to be a good representation, but look at her. And I'm like, this is
yeah, who gives
weird.
a fuck? So she got
Weird.
Hollywood money and she changed her appearance. Bitch, I would do it too.
Yeah, same.
I'm not the one making the beauty standards. You are.
Or hey, she fucking grew up. She, like she got into her 20s. I don't know. People are fucking weird. It's been interesting to see this pop up on the internet. Um, Needless to say, I'm excited. I'm excited to see her.
I'm super excited. What was it? What was the little, was it New Mutants that came out and that was supposed to be the horror movie?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I would love for the nostalgia to just have them straight up redo that. I didn't think it was poorly casted. I didn't hate it, but I just know that they could have done so much better. So I think the thing that's exciting now with comic book movies, I know there's superhero fatigue, but I think comic book movies are more inclined to follow comics
Hmm.
and not be afraid to make it weird. Like the whole multiverse stuff,
Yeah.
they weren't going to introduce magic into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for so long, and then they finally did, and everyone was like, "Yeah, it makes sense."
Yeah, it's like fun.
Like,
It's yeah. I think that I think you nailed it. Why I have had superhero fatigue, if you will. Someone online was saying that like the modern like superhero movie is just like a iteration of traditional storytelling of like gods. That this is just
yeah,
has always been a part of humanity, the storytelling of like the gods.
yeah, and I think part of the fatigue with it too is that I don't think you can just be a casual fan of the cinematic universe because they've split it off into a million different formats that you
Hmm.
have to follow to know who this one character is. And I've said it with other things like, oh, if you liked Acolyte, for example, there's so many different Easter eggs of stuff that you can pull in that makes the story better,
Hmm.
but it isn't some cameo appearance where someone pops up and you're like, who the fuck is that? And they're like,
Hmm.
oh, well, they were on Peggy's first season of her TV show
Right.
that's been off for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't watch that. And I
Yeah.
also didn't watch a bunch of the other streaming services, not because I don't like superheroes, but because I was mourning Steve Rogers leaving as Captain America. But now in Doomsday, he's probably going to make an appearance for fan service.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, the Modern Gods. It's funny that you say that because the one of the comic panels that just got approved for FanX for me is Tower of Babel, how the JLA broke Batman. And it was there was a Justice League storyline where prior to that, BTB before Tower of Babel,
Hmm.
Batman was a human billionaire who was a
Hmm.
superhero. Post BTB, BCPTBTS, all of a sudden he is on physicality level with like Superman, Wonder Woman. He's like essentially become One Punch Man, and it's become the premise that with almost no prep time, Batman's infallible because he's so smart and his money can prep him for anything. So it no longer matters that he's a human amongst basically gods.
Hmm.
And the whole panel is going to be breaking that down of like, does it make sense for Batman to have no weaknesses? Because you shoot him, he travels through time and comes back. Um, Something happens, his money will buy his way out of it. Like he has run into the issue where he has the strength of Superman and all of the funds of Iron Man, and they've married those together. But you can't make Iron Man immortal or invincible because then it's just too much. And you can't make Clark Kent affluent. Like he's got to be pinching pennies for the Daily
Hmm.
Planet.
Yeah.
There's always got to be some sort of weakness. Same with like Peter Parker.
You call it a weakness,
You
but
could
I think
argue,
it's the human. There has to be something human about them.
yeah, yeah, and there's no relatability to that kind of character, and it's almost I don't want to say it's lazy writing, but when you really look at how powerful Batman has become, like people have put him above Superman and Wonder Woman just in terms of power. And I think as a fan, that's okay to have your favorite, but then when you kind of want to break it down for like a fanix purposes, it genuinely doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
And you're like, hey, how come people fear him more than Superman?
Hmm.
Because like nothing's really changing. And that's why I'm really liking the absolute storyline. I know it's been kind of getting shit on by the neckbeards, but it's something new for Batman. He's fucking broke. He's a construction worker in
Oh,
it,
I
and
love
his
that.
mom's alive. Yeah, and so his Batmobile is like a construction truck that he stole.
Oh, that's cunty.
Yeah, and he uses a battle axe, and his normal rogues gallery are like his friends. And they all
Oh,
slowly fall into crime in Gotham. I'd really recommend reading it if
oh
it's
my
not for you.
gosh.
I would recommend Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
For legal purposes, do a bunch of drugs and then read the comic.
Hmm.
It is, it's like Dali and Picasso had a child, and then the Louvre came in and published the baby poop onto a canvas, and it is perfect art.
The
Like,
Louvre?
look, yeah, what
For
did I
sure.
say?
Not that.
Uh, Martian Manhunter Absolute. Like, just pull up Martian Manhunter Absolute and look at the comic. It's like, I guess I would say Andy Warhol meets
Oh yeah.
Picasso-esque.
Oh my
Every
God.
fucking comic is this art,
It's
and it
very
is
trippy.
insane. Oh yeah, and then there'll be pieces of the comic where it's like hold this up to the light, and then you hold it up to the light, and the
Love.
artwork shines through. And the storyline is insane. Like it's kind of hard to peg down the storyline, and that's not a critique. It's that the chaos of the art at some points is kind of matching the chaos of the storyline, and vice versa, where you're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening because it's just because it's a mystery as well, and it's not so on the nose that you can see it coming from a mile away, like the trope, because you genuinely don't know what's gonna fucking happen. You're like, why is this like? And he's almost possessed by a Martian.
Oh, that's
It's
so fun.
really fucking weird. But I would recommend if I had to give a tier list, like Absolute Batman and then Martian Manhunter and probably well, so Wonder Woman would probably be the more popular choice, but I just started reading Absolute Green Arrow, and it's like a horror meets mob story type violence. So first of all, Oliver's missing. No one knows where Green Arrow is. He's dead, which is
Hmm.
a common trope in there, but it's following Black Canary running around, and she's been hired as a personal bodyguard for this bad guy. And there's somebody going around town killing mob people with arrows,
Mm.
and she's trying to like figure out who it is while simultaneously protecting the bad guys. And you're like, why is she protecting the bad guys? Well, Noel, because the bad guys own an insurance company, and they said that they were going to deny her dying dad's fucking insurance unless she helped them. So it's like a little Mangione running around trying
Oh
to
my
like
God.
keep his dad alive.
Yeah.
While the fucking Green Arrow corpse zombie is killing everyone. And he's like, I have to keep these motherfuckers safe so my dad doesn't die.
Oh my God.
Um, Super good.
That's I haven't thought about Oliver Queen since 2010.
I definitely recommend um, anyone wanting to get into comics right now, go pick up the absolute titles. Um, Batman came out first, I believe, so it's a little bit further along. But the nice thing is that the graphic novels have also come out, and you can also just jump right into it. Like Green Arrow just started, so they're
Mm.
only on like issue. I think I just picked up issue 3. And so you don't have to go through hundreds of issues or decades of lore to find out what the fuck is going on. You can just pick it up and it just goes.
Yeah.
And if you're confused about something, it's you need to be confused about it. Like same with Martian Manhunter, because Martian Manhunter is a fucking Martian, but in the new one, it's a detective named John Jones who is possessed by a Martian. And you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Love
And
that.
it's like, that's not the original story, but then it's like, who cares?
Who
It
cares?
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We got
Yeah.
other
Who
shit going on.
cares?
It's the same
Yeah.
like, how come Batman's mom's alive? And how come he's poor and works construction? It's like, shut the fuck up. We're
Yeah. Who
doing it live,
cares?
and you
Yeah.
just got to keep up. Yeah.
I love that. I
Hmm.
I love having some originality. And I guess that's what I miss. I miss after okay, how can I say this? I superhero cinema like kind of like ruined itself by being itself. I think
Yeah.
I
It
think
got
like
top heavy.
it did. And it took the magic and the fun out of it because I love Nolan versus Batman, don't get me wrong, but Batman forever fucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love Christian Bale Batman. I love OG Michael Keaton Batmans. I love Nipple Batman, Val Kilmer, favorite of
Yes.
mine.
Yes.
The only Batman I genuinely fucking hated was Batfleck. And I
And
hated that casting before it started. And
mhm.
then when I went into the movies as someone who genuinely enjoys comic book movies, I fucking hated it because I don't think that they understood Batman. And I don't, and when everyone was like, Ben Affleck is perfect because he's such a Batman fan, I felt like that motherfucker wanted to be Batman in a way that he thinks of himself as some sort of Ubermensch. Like I don't see it. Like I love Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Mhm.
I'm right back on the train again. But Batfleck, worst casting ever. Fucking hated it.
I know you hated it. I know you hated it,
I know you
but
loved it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. But that's because I like here's the thing, you're being a little bit of a hypocrite. Sometimes you have to throw Batman lore out the window to have fun. And if that is
He
doing
wasn't fun.
if that means doing CrossFit in the Batcave and then like almost and killing dudes, then like that's what it is.
No, no, no. I'm down. I'm down for CrossFit. I'm down for killing dudes. I genuinely think that Ben
You
Affleck
were
as Batman
mad.
was.
You were mad when he was killing his way through that crack house.
I was not. I was not.
Then how
Absolutely not.
then what's your problem?
The story was bad as a representation of what Batman is. Batman should struggle. Like, Batman's a fucking human dude who probably has like 13 broken ribs at any given time. Like,
Hmm.
Batman should struggle. It should be hard for him. And I think that's why I liked Christian Bale as Batman in that storyline because it did show a lot of struggle. It showed PTSD, it showed physical breakdown, mental breakdown, um, identity crisis, all of it. And he also felt like a real character when he's like, I'm just gonna go shoot this motherfucker in court, and then Rachel slaps him around a little
Hmm.
bit. But then you see him kill dudes in the parking garage where he was like, I don't have like plastic armor or whatever that scene was. But then with like Ben Affleck, I think he tried to influence the story too much. And I think he turned Batman into something that he wanted to see himself as and not necessarily what Batman was. And bar was on the floor for me. I didn't hate Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I liked Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I genuinely liked all of that. It's just the Batman parts didn't fucking work because I think it's like The Rock when The Rock signs on, and I have the same criticism that I guess for The Rock is Black Adam,
Hmm.
because it was The Rock playing Black Adam as The Rock visualized Black Adam, and it was the same with Ben Affleck as Batman, and those are it didn't make sense. It's like making I don't I it just
You
it just
saw too much of Ben Affleck. You didn't see Bruce Wayne, you saw Ben Affleck.
I think so, but I think that's because of Ben Affleck. Like when you look at Robert Pattinson, I see him as Edward in everything he does, and that's not a critique. It's just because you and I are both genuine fans of Twilight.
Hmm.
But when he played Batman, I was like, he's doing a great job. That's Batman. And it
Yeah.
was like a very believable thing because he lost himself in the character. I think that playing Batman for Ben Affleck was some sort of redemption run that he was trying to like prove to himself or something.
Yeah.
I'm gooped
Oh
that
God.
I feel like you're trolling me again.
I'm not trolling you. I liked Batfleck, but I liked Batfleck because I was like, we're getting ridiculous with Batman again, and I love that because I want to go back into the ridiculousness of Batman. I want my Batman to be almost like Neo Gotham. I that's what I want. I do want like my Riddler talking to himself in a monologue with like, slime coming out of the walls essentially. That's what
Yeah.
I want, like
Yeah.
I wanted Tommy Lee Jones, Harvey Dent, and I was yearning for that.
I love that.
And I feel like we were too serious with Nolan versus Batman. Obviously, the whole 9/11 thing attributed to
Hmm.
that. And I felt like Batfleck was the closest we were getting to being ridiculous with Batman again. Because I felt like he was kind of campy
Hmm.
and being like ridiculous. Like, yeah, Batman should punch a dude through six stories at once. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous fun. You know, that's why I like Batfleck.
I just don't think that the vision fit what I see as Batman. Like George Clooney's like punny. I loved that.
Hmm.
I liked the like deeper voice Batman of Christian Bale. I loved Alicia Silverstone. I liked all of it. Like, what's her face? I don't know. All of it has been enjoyable to me. I didn't hate Bane. Like, I didn't hate the stupid death scene where she goes, ah, and then everyone like
I
trolled
did.
Marion Cotillard.
I did. But
Some of yeah, some of that stuff, like, it doesn't take me out of it that bad, but like, I just think that the and we can blame storyline. Maybe Ben Affleck was wrong place, wrong time. Like maybe he
mhm.
would have done better with a different director, different storyline, and things like that. I just don't think he did justice to the role. And I think just like as a person, I don't like him.
That's
And
fair.
as a Batman, I fucking hated him.
Yeah, I
Like
don't love
I
him
was
as like
kind
a
of,
person.
but look at what he did to Daredevil too. Like even his
That's
Daredevil can be campy silly if you want to like
yeah,
look
I
back
was
on it.
like,
I think he did worse as Batman.
don't bring Daredevil and Elektra into this because
He did
I
worse as Batman.
I mean, I unironically love Daredevil and Elektra, so like, but
Um,
but it's fine. Okay, favorite Batman on three. One, two, three. Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
You were so
Holy,
delayed.
no, I wasn't. I
You
said it at the same time.
you said it
Nipple
like
Batman is the best Batman.
Nipple Batman is the best Batman. But anyway, I digress. All this to say, I understand that my bias for superhero movies is I'm sick of it being serious and it either has to be horror, it has to be like cosmic fucking horror, or it has to
Yeah.
be camp.
Yeah.
And I will not accept anything else at this point, and that's on me.
I do
But that's
like
just
the
what it is.
horror that we know. So, for example, or exemplar with Riddler, it was like basically a Reddit basement dweller who wanted to, who like
Hmm.
went violent, planting bombs,
No,
like
I think
Ted
that's
Kaczynski
yeah,
type stuff.
I do think
I
that's
liked
horror.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked that. I love the stuff that we know. I'm sick of like the immigrant Ubermensch comes in and fucks
Well,
everyone up until white man
yes.
comes in and saves the
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
Um, I did think it was fun the way that Superman kind of flipped that on its head, where he was like, "Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up." Like,
Hmm.
we're the bad guys in this situation. I did like that because it was again like a little bit flipped. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'm really trying hard to think of, well, maybe I hated the Wolverine movie more than I hated Batfleck.
Which Wolverine movie? Like the?
The one that had, was it Wolverine Origin? The one where it actually had Reynolds as Deadpool, but his mouth was like sealed shut? Was it Wolverine Origins? I think I hated that more than Batfleck.
Hold on, head, hold on.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I
Merc
do.
with a mouth making his
It
cinematic
was X-Men
debut, and he didn't
Origins.
have a fucking mouth.
It was
X-Men
X-Men
Origins, yeah.
Origins. X-Men Origins Wolverine, I should say. So you were right. 2009.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, I I think I left. Like, I just genuinely think I was so bored. And I'm not, it's making me sound insufferable as a fan, but I do really like a lot of stuff. That was just so bad. It was the worst
Yeah.
show I've like
I
ever
mean,
seen.
yeah, it's that I don't we don't have to even get
I
into
would
that.
rather watch like Baby Geniuses like than watch fucking Wolverine. I think that was like the first and last time I ever watched that.
And that's fair, and that's fine. But anyway, we're still we're still getting our
Still off topic.
superhero movies. It's I don't know. I'm trying to find the joy in it again. I really did enjoy the new Spider-Man, so trying to get
I know it's bad. I
you
haven't
haven't
seen it
seen it?
yet. No, and this is why. Without divulging too much information, the stars aligned where most of my friends had the worst weeks of their lives. So I was tagged in on friend chores, and what they wanted to do did not permit me to see Spider-Man at all. And when I did have downtime, I was still doing like friend chores or like family chores of the emotional capacity.
Well,
And
go on Tuesday. What the fuck? It's
I
so
know I
fun.
need to.
Go.
Yeah, I need to. I've just
Leave
been
right now.
tagged in. Oh, okay. Actually, I know we were thinking, now I'm like, I know we were thinking about talking about the Lindsay Clancy trial, but now
Yeah.
that I'm looking at these questions I have for you, I genuinely feel like these are going to be more fun
Okay, do
because
that
I have a
then.
good list now.
Let's do that.
Because
Do
I feel
that
like
then.
everyone just go on, we all think the husband
Yeah.
was involved
The
and he should
husband did it.
also go to jail.
The husband did it. Anyway,
Okay. What is the creepiest thing you have ever experienced that you still can't explain? And I'm
um,
sending you this list so that you
okay.
can have it.
My sister was a creepy baby, a creepy haunted baby. So my grandpa, my maternal grandpa was sick and in the hospital, and Zoe was like a baby who was barely talking, and she was propped up like on the counter, and like, adults were talking,
Hmm.
and she grabs a banana off the counter and puts it up to her ear like a phone, and she goes like, "Mom, it's for you, it's Pop Pop." And we were like, "What the fuck?" And then literally like he had passed.
That
And
is creepy. I bet that
so
fucks with your mom to this day.
yeah, and like Zoe hadn't, I don't think Zoe had even met him. Like she was that fresh, kind of. And then around that like same time, we we had like a dining room that was in like this square corner of the house, but the two sides of the square that touched in the corner were full windows that were like really big, like basically,
Hmm.
top to bottom windows. And the blinds, not blinds, like the curtains were open and it was completely dark at night. And Zoe just like walked up to the window and was just waving out into the darkness.
Ew.
I
Your
know.
creepy little weird alien sister.
Yes. And then
Lovely,
and
but
then I
creepy.
experienced it with one of my friends. So and this obviously wasn't like a haunted Zoe story, but like it was around that same time, and I'm convinced she brought something around that was
Hmm.
not cool. My friend Jazz and I, shout out Jazz, um, we were having a sleepover in my room, and my door had a lock on it. My door was locked that night. And like, I'm not even joking, we heard running through the hallway, like pitter patter running. And then it came to my door and it banged on the top of my door and then it banged on the bottom a second later. And it was almost like the door like bent in like a cartoon a little bit on the top and the
It's
bottom.
creepy.
And then it was like
Yeah.
trying to like jiggle the handle. Um, and then it was nails, like the sound of nails coming down from the top to the bottom of my door.
The most disappointing thing about this is that being absorbed into a cult is
Hmm.
like the did I wonder if creepy things happened after that, I guess. Like
I
why couldn't
wonder.
she have been absorbed into a cult earlier and then cleansed of her creepiness? Do you think Christian cults have the power to exorcise demons?
No, I think they are the demon.
I agree. So she's more haunted than ever.
Yeah, well, she's cleansed herself now,
Yeah.
shout out. But
She probably bought a nice citrine authentic bracelet from Spencer Pratt
for sure
and has healed herself.
She got a Spencer Pratt bracelet, Pratt crystals,
Yeah.
and it's healed her for sure.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
about you?
No, now you have to ask me a
No,
different question.
but I want to know your answer.
Creepiest thing. I think I've told it before. I think
Oh,
it's
the
the
cross.
the cross that burned into the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is creepy.
Hmm.
Okay. Why do humans get the feeling of being watched before they
No, 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 no,
conscious?
no. No, no, no.
No, you don't
Click
want
the
me to do
link.
that one?
Click the link.
Oh my
Click the
God.
link.
Okay, you
There's
made a
way better
document.
questions on
Oh
there.
my fucking God.
I sent like 40 questions to 40 renditions of questions to
Okay.
Noel.
Okay. Have you ever had a gut feeling about someone that turned out to be completely right?
Uh, God, I don't think so. Maybe.
You don't think so?
I think maybe like so my sister started I don't yeah, there's been people I've met and I just knew I didn't like them, but I
Hmm.
wouldn't say it's a gut feeling. I would just say it was their aesthetic and that I judged them prematurely.
I would
But
say
I would
that's like
say
a
that
gut
they're
feeling though.
but then the aesthetic, like if you see someone wearing like a beanie and like socks with like high tops capes and like a fedora, like a if you
Like a
see someone
Kangol.
dressed, well, oh my God, who is the guy? Corey Feldman. If you see someone dressing as Corey Feldman in the year of our Lord
Hmm.
2026,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
The only person allowed to do that is Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it as like a whole ass woman and you think you're like some sort of fashion person, it makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'm like the opposite. I think I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I think they're fine until they're not. And I'm like, how could I have known?
Yeah.
I will say, when my sister's ex-boyfriend gave her a diamond ring when they were only dating for like a day, I wouldn't
Hmm.
say that was a gut reaction. That was more of like a punch in the face. But I was like, this dude's a creep, and he was.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about. I was gonna say, and even people like your siblings have dated, but I it was a little heavy-handed how he
Yeah,
revealed
literally. Yeah.
himself. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I feel like I've had the benefit of only being around that type of heavy-handedness. I mean, I know you and I have gone on and on before about the bad people that we've known in our lives,
Hmm.
but it was like we either saw their shittiness and made concessions for it because
Yeah.
what they were doing was funny,
It's true.
uh, or we're completely blindsided and we're like, how could we have known?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I don't think I had like a gut reaction about
Yeah.
it.
And that's fair.
Maybe, I guess, actually, on the flippity flip for Derby, sometimes I can tell that someone's going to be like really fucking good at the sport and a really good fucking teammate, and they have been. So that's kind of like on the flippity
Oh, that's a
flip, where I can just
positive
tell someone's a
version.
good egg.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Um, I'm gonna jump around
Please
for
do.
some of these. Uh, have you ever heard your name called when nobody was there?
No. No.
Really? I've had this happen at least like
Well, you
500
guys have a
times.
fucking mimic in your house.
We do have a mimic, but I don't think the mimic doesn't really talk to me. The mimic only talks to Oliver.
As you.
Yeah.
So,
Today I went to Dillard's to pick out a birthday outfit, and the lady in there was like, "You were just in here, huh?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "No, I remember. I remember your hair because I had my hair down and curled." And I was like, "I genuinely, it wasn't me." She was like, "It was you." She was like, "I'm not being crazy. It wasn't just someone who looked like you. It was literally you." And I was like, "Well, I hope I don't see him because then it's my doppelganger and that means I'll die." And she didn't like pick up on that joke at all.
she didn't laugh.
She just thought I was being well, no, and I was like trying to be like whims. I was trying to be like, oh, it wasn't me, but probably my doppelganger. And as
Hmm.
you know, in doppelganger science, if you see your doppelganger, you die. But she was like, it was you. And I think she just thought I was being like a bitch or I was like coming in to steal.
Oh my
But it
God.
wasn't me. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
you better watch your fucking back.
yeah. I still think that's crazy though, because when I've been falling asleep, I've heard it like plain as day of someone going like Chelsea, like right in my ear, and
Oh,
it's like jolted me.
that's because you live in a haunted house.
But that's happened like just not in my house.
Well, that's
I'm a
because you're
haunted person,
haunted.
perhaps.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Let's do another one. Um,
Sorry to disappoint.
let's see here. What is the weirdest thing your family treated as normal when you were growing up?
My mom putting bleach in the toilet. My my
Is that not
mom's
nor
no, like my mom's OCD with cleaning, and she would basically like dump half a thing of bleach into the toilet constantly. Like after everyone went to the bathroom, there would be bleach in the toilet. So then like so much that if you went like pee in the middle of the night,
Mm.
you would like sit to pee and then it would create like mustard gas essentially and like burn your fucking asshole.
So she would like put bleach in a little bit every time after someone used the bathroom?
Yes, a lot of it every time someone used the
Okay.
bathroom. So then you would like basically get chemical burns if you were sitting down.
Okay, that is weird.
And then
Because
she
it's like
like,
people clean their toilets with bleach all the time. They make bleach cleaner for
yeah, and I
toilets.
know she's listening. And then she like almost killed my dad with dryer sheets in his pillow. So like, because again, she she
Sometimes
like
it's just a nice, refreshing scent.
she like loves it. She has to clean constantly. Love it.
Yeah.
Love going to her house. Love when she washes my clothes because it smells like heaven because she does like a 12-part system to
Yeah.
wash clothes. But she also like cleans things with dryer sheets to make them smell good. So and then she'll like wipe pillows with dryer sheets, and then she'll shove the dryer sheets in the pillow. And then my dad would just be like, I can't breathe. And he'd be like fucking hiving out and shit. And it was because there were unused dryer sheets shoved in his pillow.
I just feel like your dad is weak. So
Yeah. So,
that's all I'm saying.
but like I agree that like putting bleach in a toilet is normal and I do it, but like not like they make toilet bleach that's like a little diluted. She would put literally
Yeah,
Clorox in the jug, glug 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 glug,
you
and
just
create
dump it
mustard
down.
gas.
Oh, the poor local ecosystem.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think that's like
good.
very good.
Or for like
Okay.
I literally like my pubes would be singed off. Because you know when you
Yeah.
like stumble into the bathroom at night and your eyes are still closed and you're like not turning lights on because you still want to be asleep kind of, and then I would sit to pee and it would literally like create a chemical agent from Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you had like pussy mustard gas attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Love you, mom. But that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was crazy.
That is crazy. But I love you, Amy. I never feel like my house is clean enough for her.
It never will be because no one is as clean as her
I
ever.
wish that she would just live with me and clean my house for
And
me.
she would love to do it. But
And I would love to have her do it. Nah.
there's a question on here that we've discussed on Patreon, but we've never discussed on Maine, I don't think.
Okay.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend, and what did you what do you actually remember about them?
All right, motherfuckers. I had three imaginary friends. I
A
had
system. She
Carol.
had a fucking
It was a
system.
system. It was a system because when I say three, they also had their evil counterparts, and my bike was part of that gang, but my bike was not imaginary. My bike was real. It was Carol, Singly, and Spider. Spider was a spider that lived in my hair, and I would talk to it when I was going to school
How
on
old
the
were
bus and
you?
off the bus.
How old were
I was
you?
going to school at the time on a bus by myself, probably like kindergarten, so five to probably like third grade. Uh,
I thought you were going to say
and then
13.
they're still there. But then there are parts of me though, like just to quickly sidetrack, I'm like, what if something was there and it wasn't just an imaginary friend? Like, what if it was a poltergeist or something? You know what I mean?
The
Or what
spider
if
in
it was
your
like
hair?
a genuinely haunting? Yeah, why not? Why can't spiders have ghosts? So Spider lived in my hair and I would talk to it. Carol was like a fully grown, like middle-aged woman
Hmm.
who was a blonde. And sometimes I like kind of describe her as looking like maybe Murphy Brown from this like TV show that my mom watched, but with longer hair. Just really run-of-the-mill general white woman.
Hmm.
With like long hair and she dressed kind of professional, nice. And then Singly. Singly was a man and he was all green. Some are like, was he from Emerald City? And I'm like, no, I didn't really like Wizard of Oz that much.
Hmm.
Singly existed to me before I knew Emerald City was a thing. Carol and Singly loomed. They were always there, but it was me and Spider who really got into shenanigans. And we used to hop on my bike named Speedy and ride around the neighborhood looking for the evil Speedy Carol Singley and Spider. Yeah.
I say this with like so much love. There's something so wrong with you.
Um,
Because what do you mean? You not only had a system of imaginary friends, including a spider that lived in your hair constantly that you talked to,
yeah.
but they
Uh-huh.
had
Uh-huh.
evil counterparts that were
Yeah.
around impending doom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
And I
fucking
feared them.
parents are so glad you did not light a school on fire. They are so fucking lucky you did not do
Oh,
that.
I used to scare the fuck out of my mom. Like I would
Yeah.
like scuttle into her room, like contorting like the girl from The Ring, and I'd grab her arm and she would do the mom wake up like, "Bah!" She's
Yeah.
like, what? And I'd be like, the devil's under my bed. And then scuttle out. Like fucking creeped them out, man.
How did she
So
not hit you,
bad.
dude? How did she not?
Dude, no wonder she died early. Like,
Yeah,
fucking,
you
I
took
sucked
you
years out of that woman.
did. You took years off of her life with that. Oh my
Yeah.
God. You're so lucky that your parents were not like religious fundamentalists because your ass would be locked away. They would
Oh,
hit you with a
yes.
Bible. They would have hit you
Yeah,
with a Bible.
something
They
for
would have
sure.
done an exorcism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was the devil really under your bed or was it the spider?
I think it was the devil. Noelle, my childlike brain thinks that I probably watched Legends or like what was that show with Tim
Yeah.
Curry as the devil? Also was like maybe had a mild crush on him. I think everyone did. And I think it confused me as a tiny baby. But I was also scared of the devil. I was also petrified of aliens.
Yeah, well, that's because you have every
So
reason to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, Carol Singley and Spider, shout out. Um,
So fucking crazy.
let's see
Oh my
here.
God.
Oh, what is something your subconscious is obsessed with that you don't understand? I actually have an answer for this, but it's so mundane, but I want to hear your answer first.
No, I want to hear your answer.
Literally,
You do more subconscious things than I do.
literally just cafe charm. That's it. Cafe charm. I
What the
will
fuck are you saying?
cafe, like you go to a cafe,
Uh-huh.
and then charm, like a magical trinket. It's weird, but it pops up in my head a lot, and I don't know why.
You think of the words cafe charm all the time and you don't know why.
Yeah, now and then, like in my brain, it'll be like, we got to go to Cafe Charm. Or if I'm like in a bad mood and I don't know why, like for example, today, well, I know I was in a bad mood today. We talked about it all day, but I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just go to Cafe Charm. No idea. It just pops up in my head now and then. It's like just a thing. I don't know. And I have never been to Cafe Charm because I don't think a Cafe Charm exists. Isn't that weird though?
I don't understand your mind sometimes.
I don't
Sometimes,
either, but that's
sometimes
it.
I'm like, sometimes I literally think to myself, like, I'm so lucky to have Chelsea. Like, she really understands me. We're on like the same plane. Like, we came from the same crop.
Yeah,
And like, we've had telepathic moments before. And I'm like,
we
really, no
have.
one, it's like we're so linked up and synced up. And then you say shit like this. And then you say shit like this, and I go, oh my God, no.
I think
She's so much more mentally ill than me because what the
re
fuck is cafe
rem
charm? And what do you mean you think about
like
it?
remember at your birthday party at church and I just stood behind the plant with like wide eyes, but I was
Yeah,
like dead sober? I
you were
think that's when the
thinking about
demons get me.
it.
Yeah, I think that's when like evil Carol Singley and Spider like come a snapping and I'm just
Like,
like
I dude, I never like I am having a hard I had to like really stop and think about what you were saying when you were saying cafe charm.
I don't know what it is. It's been like decades where I
Yeah, I
just
don't no one knows
literally
what it
think
is
cafe
because like
charm.
only
Yeah.
you that's a no one I don't
You
know
have
that
to have some. It's a weird, what's something your subconscious seems obsessed with that you don't understand. I don't know why I obsessively think of Cafe Charm. I was
I
hoping that you could relate to me.
I have nothing that relates to that. I have absolutely nothing that relates to that because my subconscious is like not speaking to me like that. It's not saying riddles. It's not like
Just A to
saying
B, huh?
really. It really is
Huh.
just A to B. I think my subconscious will make me daydream a lot, but that's it. Not cafe charm.
Okay. I'll ask you a different one then.
Okay.
What is something you refuse to do because it gives you a bad feeling, even though you know it's irrational?
Well, I just don't think it's a I think it's like rational though, but I would never like skydive. I think that's stupid. I think skydiving is stupid, and I think swimming with sharks is stupid. There's just a lot of like white people things that I think are so fucking stupid, and I think people who do them are doing it for attention, and they should just go get like a belly button piercing or something because
I would swim with sharks. I
no,
think they would appreciate my vibes and know
they
that I
wouldn't.
had good intentions. I did go skydiving once. Maybe you're making a
Why?
really good point about me right now.
Yeah, why would
My
you do
friends were
that?
going, and it was like
Okay,
one of
and if
those
you so it's
things.
a friends jump off a bridge, I will too.
Noelle, if you jumped off a bridge, I swear to God, hand on the Bible, I would jump off a bridge as well. I can say that for sure. So
Yeah,
probably
I
not a
mean
good example.
it's a bad metaphor at this point. But if
Um,
all of my friends were like, if you came to me and were like, let's go skydiving, I would say no. I would say fuck you. I won't even go in a hot air balloon. Fuck
I
that.
don't I don't think I would skydive now.
Because your brain's developed and you realize it's weird attention-seeking behavior,
It was fun. I would say it felt windy,
for sure.
and I was supposed to go see Guar that night, and then I was like, I don't feel like going to see Guar now.
I just feel like there's so many other things you can do other than jump out of a fucking plane. Like if you want to kill yourself that bad, you know,
I'll
like
just do it.
like what? Why are you cosplaying death?
If I just want to die that much, I'll just go swim with sharks.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I think same with like people who do like the spelunking. We've talked about how much I hate spelunking and how much I hate people who
Oh,
do like the cave shit. I hate motherfuckers in caves. I'm not trying to do that. Also, like when people do like the little tunnels, like even if it's a tunnel in a river that everyone swims in and they like go through the tunnel really quickly, and I'm not fucking with that. There's no reason
I
I need to do that, and I think you're all fucking attention-seeking weirdos.
so spelunking appeals to me, but not the adventure spelunking. Like being down underground in a cave where you just walk in is fucking crazy
But
fascinating to me.
that's not what these fuckers are
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
These
yeah.
fuckers are
I agree with you.
breathing
Like
out
I
so they can go in a little hole that they shouldn't exist
yeah,
in.
that's not for me.
Yeah.
And the only way I'm swimming through a hole is if I can like reach an arm through and get it through to the other side, and I need at least a 3 foot
Yes.
circumference
Yes.
around me. No
Yeah.
chance of getting stuck whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I need people to have eyes on me at all times. My
Yeah.
whole body cannot, my at least part of me has to be visible from life-saving services at all time.
And that's 100% true. And even with my age, I'm also starting to become anti like cliff jumping into the water.
Yeah, I don't really do that anymore. It
No,
jostles me.
it jostles me and I just see so many fucking people doing it again to be attention seeking and then they end up paralyzed and I'm like, and what was the reason?
Yeah,
Everyone's out
it's
here doing activities like we have free healthcare, and I just don't think that's right. Or they're cosplaying death, and both are extremely
yeah,
fucking irritating to me.
yeah.
And I think it's completely rational.
Okay,
So,
good answer.
you know, that's how I feel about that.
I still think swimming with sharks would be fun, but in a controlled environment type of way. Like I'm not so crazy to be out here like I'm gonna jump in with a great white shark. Like if somebody's like, these are baby nurse sharks, I'd be like, oh. They're like, you can come in with them. I'm like, okay. And then in I would go.
Yeah. I mean, even that's kind of pushing it for me.
It's fair.
Um, okay.
I think riding elephants is unethical, so I would never do that.
I
And I
also
also
think it
don't like horse-drawn carriages. I
I
don't fuck with.
I don't fuck with horse-drawn carriages. I don't fuck with riding elephants. I don't fuck with, I'll be so honest, I don't even think we should be riding camels. I think they should be enjoying the desert and
Yeah, I
not with
agree.
us on
Like
them.
when I went to the zoo, when I went to like the koala sanctuary in Australia, like people are like, you don't even get to hold the koala. And I'm like, why would you get to fucking hold it? You got to gently touch it in a designated spot with the zookeeper. And even then, I was like, they shouldn't let kids in here.
No, they shouldn't. They
Hmm.
shouldn't. I just, yeah. Well, Chelsea, what's something you believed as a kid that feels disturbing now?
Um, so our backyard was had like a chain link fence, and then behind that was like a huge farm field, and they did vegetables of various kinds, like that type of farm.
Hmm.
And I still to this day am convinced that I saw a man running across the field, hop the fence, and I lived on the second floor, and he like was able to like scuttle up the side of the house and looking at me. And
Oh my
I
God. How old are you?
6 or 7, and I
Okay.
used to have like night terrors and very gnarly nightmares, but I never had trouble discerning reality from,
Hmm.
well, you might argue with that,
I
but I never
argue
had
with
trouble
that.
like discerning like reality from like
The
a
spider in your
nightmare or
hair.
stuff like that. He was real to me. Just call him WWE. But I swear a dude ran across the field and looked in at my window on the second floor.
It was probably a pedophile.
Probably. We had dogs too, but Winston, the dog we would have had at that time, a cute little Cocker Spaniel, I
Mm,
don't think he I don't think he would have fucked anyone up.
no.
Yeah. He didn't really have that smoke for people.
Yeah, I bet it was a fucking pedophile crawling up your window. I believe that
But the
that
thing
happened.
but the thing that's creepy is like the back of our house was flat, so there's no way for him to have gotten up to the second story without like some sort of means, like a ladder or whatever. But he got up there like weirdly fast, like boom, like flew across that. And I think like it was just it creeped me out. And I went and I woke my mom up and I was like, "There's a man staring in my window," and my mom was like, "Ah!" And then I slept in my parents' room that night.
And the thing that haunted your mom the most was you. That would be her answer, was you as a
My poor
child.
mom, literally, my poor mom. Yeah.
Oh my God, I bet she was so fucking scared of you.
Dude, she was used to babysit the little neighbor kids. And then one day, like, I had come home from somewhere and she was like, "How was your day?" And I was like, "My friend said that they're sorry for waking up the baby." And my mom would just be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
unbelievable.
my
God,
poor mother."
she really was an angel on earth because of the shit you put her through.
Dude, and she just thought I was so neat.
She was like, and Chelsea's
And
really
I am.
special, and you're talking to your hair.
Literally, that was me.
Oh my,
She just has the most vivid imagination as she's
mm,
like popping Xanax and
yeah, yeah.
getting
She's
ketamine treatments.
she's fucking snorting Xanax, and you have your special nurse with you at school, and she's like, I just love how creative Chelsea is.
Yeah, it wasn't a special nurse. She was my friend attendant, and her name was Miss Sue. Miss
And
Sue.
Miss Sue was for sure your friend attendant and not a
She would
special.
watch me to make sure I didn't choke when I was eating because I refused to eat because I thought I was going to choke. So she made me eat.
And that's what special friends do.
Dude, and I wouldn't let my mom do up my top button of my dresses because I said if she did up the top button that the devil would close it and I would suffocate. I remember that was from preschool, dude.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. My parents up like middle class,
You
loved each
lived a
other,
totally
educated.
normal middle class life.
Literally. Yeah, literally. I think maybe they suctioned me out as a baby and I got a little cone head and the brain never developed
Yeah,
right.
I think the forceps
Maybe
grabbed you wrong.
maybe I'm an empath star child.
I think that's actually it. I think you're a star seed.
It's a star seed, but the star seed is like some sort of like chemical. Like maybe my mom took too much Tylenol with me and that's a star seed.
Oh my God.
Um,
You're a
okay,
starseed
what
child.
is what is something one of your relatives once said that you've never been able to forget?
They've said a lot. They've said a lot. I I mean, my family is in Long Island, all of them,
Mhm.
both sides of the family. They're all in
You were
Long
born in
Island.
Long Island,
I was
right? You were
born in
born in New
Long
York?
I was born in Long
Or
Island, New
okay,
York,
yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
So they've all said a lot of things, and it's been, you know, very interesting. And they've done a lot of things and they've said a lot of things
Okay.
that stick with me, and is probably the reason why, like, we aren't really talking anymore. They've said so many things. I just think that, like, some people from Long Island shouldn't be on Facebook saying things. And
Oh,
do you
it's
know what
not
I
something
mean?
profound or creepy. It's
It's
just like
not.
problematic,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
sharing the AI MAGA posts.
yeah, it's just like a lot of that. And
Okay.
I will say though, my grandma did tell me how growing up Catholic, she was told that she had to have like a fruitful vine and produce children. And I remember her saying it to me with such like disdain and regret for her life, of like,
Fuck.
that's why this is the way it is. Like, I think that my grandma was meant to be a like just a woman of the city. I think she was meant to like live in the city and paint and sew and just like do that. And instead, she was like forced into marriage and motherhood by the ideals of the Catholic Church. And I think that generationally in our family, this like gene to have kids or not have kids is like passed on. Like I think my grandma didn't
Hmm.
have it. I think my mom did have it, and I think I don't have it. And
Yeah.
I think that like the way that I feel about motherhood is probably the way that my grandma felt. And I felt that pain generationally in that one sentence she said to me.
Ugh. Dude, I wonder like what the world would be like if women were allowed to like pursue their full potential in the way that society would have allowed them to. Like it's kind of sad. It's literally horrible to think about. Like we could have been on the moon. We could
Yeah.
have had sustainable energy. Tesla would have lived.
Yeah. No, genuinely. And like and my grandma even like was in a lesbian relationship and like lived in the city and like because of her divorce got like kicked out of the church and like ran out of
Hmm.
town and um my mom remembers my grandma's girlfriend is like one of the best parental figures of her life and
Yeah.
um it's just I would love to have known who my grandma would have been without like the boot of religious patriarchy on her neck. Because I bet it would be someone I would like still like love to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's really horrific and sad. Oh.
Well, I actually like had to think about it for a second and was like, oh my God, actually there is a sentence that my grandma said to me that has stuck with me forever and it haunts me to this day.
Yeah, the
And
fruit
that's
off the
it.
vine thing is
Yeah.
mm.
Um, but anyway, on a lighter note, I have to pick a light one for you now because that accidentally got heavy.
Yeah, that one was really sad.
Sorry.
Carolyn
Um,
Singley didn't like that one.
um, what's the closest you've ever come to thinking you saw a ghost?
I sent you a video of when I saw the mimic, and you told me that I needed to be institutionalized.
Tell everyone about that video.
Actually, I think the mimic is a different entity. I'm going to tell the story of Flo. You and I have gone to Flo's grave, and we have
Hmm.
done the spirit box with it and everything
Hmm.
like that. My older sister Jessica, Rip, took me and some friends to go see Flo because I was telling them about it. And they're like, we want to go do it. We want to go do it. And I was like, I don't want to drive out to fucking Ogden. And Jessica was like, I'll drive you guys. And I had done Flow a few times where I'm like, oh, this is so creepy and this is so fun. Bye. It's kind of like that rush you get where like everybody has this like really happy, energetic, kind of creeped out energy. It's the same thing when you're in a haunted house and you get the giggles and you're
Hmm.
letting stuff scare you.
Hmm.
But this time I was genuinely terrified because I swear it fucking worked. And I wouldn't say it was like a green mist is how I would describe it, like a little bit of green light that was on the road. And the way that like every part of my fucking brain turned off, I felt like maybe I was like some sort of primal cat and I was getting hunted by cavemen. Like the fear like I think it was like literally white, and then I think I embodied the like, oh, you look like you just saw a ghost. Because my sister, the only thing that snapped me out of it was my sister like reached over and did like the mom thing, like with like a
Hmm.
seatbelt, and she was
Mom
like,
seatbelt.
we're getting out of here." Yeah, because I wasn't like I wasn't hearing anything, I wasn't seeing anything except like this green light on the road, and it wasn't even like a form. It could have been a reflection onto the ground, honestly, like or like a fog lit up by our lights, but it triggered prime like lizard fear. And I think that was like probably the most ghosty ghost that
Yeah.
I have seen. Scared the fuck
But
out of
now that you
me.
know about like the Laura Flo, don't you think that like that wouldn't have been her because she's just like a kindly little schoolgirl?
Yeah, because I love ghost stuff. I feel like I've probably encountered or experienced ghosty shit before, and I've always felt rejuvenated and excited. Like, definitely scared, but not petrified. So I don't know what the fuck that was, but I felt horrible for the rest of the night,
I bet it
even.
was
So
an
something
interdimensional time
fucking scared
traveler.
me. Maybe it was probably like a Bigfoot
It
type
was probably a
thing. Like,
Bigfoot.
yeah, it jumped in and it fucked with my brain and then it
Yeah.
zip zapped back out
Yeah.
and it scared me so. My sister thought I was having a heart attack because I was like I
You're
looked like the girl from The Ring in the closet.
I
Just
was gonna say you were the girl from the fucking Ring Your Mouth game.
yeah,
I literally was
dude,
thinking that.
literally, that was me in that moment, and it fucking scared me bad.
But what about the
I have one
mimic,
that could
Chelsea?
be
What about the mimic
oh, the
video?
mimic. For those of you who don't know, a mimic is literally just like when a mimic lives in your house, it's like a copy paste,
It mimics
and the
you,
mimic
some would
just
say.
pops up. Yeah. So, you shouldn't like talk to or acknowledge the mimic. Oliver has talked to it, like he has been, and he's like looked up and been like, "Hey, I need to get these papers out. I'm gonna hand them to you." And I go, "Okay." And then he goes to hand the papers and they drop down. He's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And then I'm not there anymore. And he'll come downstairs and be like, "Why didn't you?" He's like, what the fuck was up with that?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I wasn't upstairs at all."
Hmm.
Like, I don't know who you're handing papers to, but it was me. But for me, I saw like, so when you go up our stairs, we call it the cul-de-sac. Straight ahead is a bathroom, and then to the right is my bedroom, and then on the left is my office and also a spare bedroom. So there's four doors. There's two that are on the side on the left side, one on the right, and then in the very center is the cul-de-sac bathroom. And when I was walking out of my office to go into my bedroom, the bathroom would be on my left. And it was almost like when someone just barely peeking out of the doorway and I saw the silhouette of it. And it was just like
Hmm.
head down, like head like chin tucked into neck. And I walked by and I went, oh, and then I turned and looked and it wasn't there. But it wasn't like a corner of my eye thing because like you've been in my house, like walking out of those bathroom or like out of the office or the spare bedroom past that, the bathroom's very much just right there.
Hmm.
It's not like a shadow person. It's not like the Hat Man. It was just literally someone standing there with just like half their body staring at me. And I went, huh. And then I made Noelle a video doing a dramatic reenactment,
Yeah.
and she wasn't very nice to me about it. There
I mean,
actually there was a few days
your house is
ago.
haunted though, so like I will give you that.
There was a few days ago when I was in our downstairs bathroom and I closed the door, I pee, and then I'm afraid of the dark. Not a secret. So like as I go to open the door and I turn off the light because I'm timing it, but I'm not like thinking about it. I'm just leaving the bathroom, so I'm opening the door to leave and then turning off the light. But I turn off the light and the door fucking sticks, dude. And I'm like, ah,
Like
ah, like
Bloody
jiggling
Mary
it. And you've
getting
been,
you.
yeah. And then I flip the light back on and the door opens. It scared the fuck out of me.
Ooh, they're fucking with you
Yeah,
now, girl. I will say,
I
I
know.
feel like I've told everyone here before, but like when I stayed over at Chelsea's house the night before her wedding, I planned on staying there all night. And then at like 3 in the morning, three something in the morning, I woke up in the living room with like all of the air sucked out of the room in complete silence. And it was this like feeling of anticipation and a not good anticipation, not like a surprise happy birthday, Merry Christmas anticipation, as in like something's about to happen if you don't move. And I just got in my car and I drove home.
Yeah, I think
I
you
didn't even
described
say
it
any.
like when you're on a roller coaster and you know it's gonna drop, like kind of that like when is it
Hmm.
happening? When's it happening? But you know it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like,
When I tell you like the sound was sucked out of the room, you would have thought that there was a fucking UFO. Like you would have thought I was
hmm
about to get abducted, a beam was about to come down, the air was out of the fucking room, and not a sound could be fucking heard, and it was this like intense something is about to happen. And so I just left because I'm not that type of white girl, which I will end on I'll end us on this story and then we'll get out of here.
Well, I have one more question for you, but it's sweet.
Okay, what is
But
it? What is it?
what's a side of yourself you think almost nobody gets to see?
Um, I would, I'll base this off of like whenever you play that game with people where they're like, what's something you like about me or whatever. And everyone always says
hmm
a version of like, you come off really like hard, but you're actually very soft. And I just think that's people and their prejudice of a girl with black hair, I guess, because I think I'm always very kind, but even people will be like, and I thought you hated me when I first met you. And I was like, I was nothing but kind to you, bitch. But I do think that that is like a little bit of a I wish that people would see. Um people take my passion as hatred or anger or rudeness. And I think like that's such a disservice for how genuine my love of a lot of things
Yeah, I
is.
don't like that. I don't like that answer. I think your
Um
answer is wrong. Because when I first
what
met
why?
you, I think you and I fucking clicked
Yeah, we clicked
because we were just making
immediately.
abortion jokes.
Hmm.
I think that I don't know who said that to you. We have a lot of mutual friends. It's always a bummer when someone thinks that you're more rude than you come off. It's just like a hard egg to crack, or maybe they don't get your type of humor.
Hmm.
I would say a side of yourself that I think people don't get to see is like the whimsical, childlike, fun shit where you don't give a fuck to dive in completely to what you love. And that could be anything. It could be horror. It could be playing claw machines to get evolutions out of it.
Hmm.
And I think that you don't ever let anyone yuck your yum. And I think that that is a side that people don't really get to see unless they are close to you, because like, what are we but perceptions on the internet? So that's what I would say about you is like you are genuine in all of your interests.
Well,
And yeah.
thank you so much. I do think those things are related, though. I think that, like, there's people's perception of me, and then there's the real version of me that not everyone gets to see or know because their perception is what they interpret or what they get off of a first, like, glance. And that typically is, like, something a little bit different than what I actually love to do.
Yeah, I would hope that people who say that, if it's somebody mutual that we both love, I have no idea who would say that to you. I would say I hope that they think higher of themselves to know that um, they don't have to compare any perceptions of like, oh wow, she does this and this and this. That must mean she doesn't like me. That seems more of a personal thing.
Hmm.
Because I think you would genuinely find interest in. That's another thing too, is like it could be the most mundane, stupid thing, but you will find interest just for the relatability with someone.
That's very kind of you to say, Chelsea. I
Yeah, I'm
appreciate
gonna
that.
edit this part out of the episode. Oh, just kidding.
I think, and this, I'm not saying this, I hope this doesn't come off as a read because I mean it in complimentary.
Hmm.
I think um people around you are lucky enough to experience like your thoughts and opinions and critiques that are so like profound and well thought out or um like educated and you know so much. And sometimes I think that like you tiptoe around how fucking smart you are and how much you command the attention in a room because like even subconsciously you know that like it's so intense and that it makes other people feel stupid or dumb or left out because you can genuinely like think circles around people. You can have opinions and answers that fucking lap people. And that's like
That's you,
in
though. I think that
no,
about you.
no, that's you.
Wow.
That's you 1,000% genuinely. Um, like you're you've like used your education to just say like everything that I know I absorb in its entirety. And I think that like um you like I even think about like when you do panels and you lap these motherfuckers like genuinely you lap people who like do things professionally as like historians of comics. You run fucking laps around them. Like you're so you're so much smarter than you let people see. Like I really sometimes think that you like dull your flame to make other people like feel equal to you. Because like
Yeah, I
when
feel like you're
you
talking.
know
I feel that
no.
about you because you do the same thing with like your panels or like your knowledge and your passion about like film, or even just like horror. Like I didn't know who Millicent Patrick was until you like told me, and it opened my world up. Or like um just like the way that you see horror, or when you opened up my eyes to like how queerness displays in horror. Like I think all of that stuff about you though. Like, oh, so I don't. Oh,
Oh, but
I genuinely think like, yeah, I think that that's what I think about you.
well, that's what I think about you. And
Oh,
it's I think that's also why I love hanging out with you so much
stop it.
because you get it.
You get it.
You get it.
Yeah, I like that you let me sit in the corner thinking about the ghost blood that's going on in my head, and you just let me be. There's never been any pressure to be anything other than what I am, and I'm very grateful for that because like I get so uncomfortable sometimes of
And
just
dude, and thank fucking God, because like seriously, I had like a breakdown the other day and I literally was like crying to Ty about it. And I was like, I know that I feel this way because I miss Chelsea and I just haven't hung out with her a little bit because sometimes like you have to put on, and this is probably the autism speaking, but like sometimes you have to like put on a mask to be around other people and like interact with other people. And then you feel like you've had to like bottle down yourself so much. And then you're like, oh, where's my other fucking freak that I can be a freak around? Like, I know
yeah.
that like, sometimes when we hang out with like our partners, they just like look at us like what the fuck because it's like literally just like this arrow going between our brains and
Mm-hmm.
we just like don't shut the fuck up and we'll just be like going off on each other about like like just this
Yeah.
tangent of information constantly flowing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
genuinely hitting a flow state, or we'll just be like in complete silence next to each other and they both have the same amount of meaning and you get the same amount of energy from both of them. And like
Yeah.
I know that no one else can really experience that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because I sometimes I imagine that I'm like watching myself interact as like a third party. And I'm
Yes.
like, hey, this is like social Chelsea. And I'm like seeing my body on the hospital bed, but I'm over here just like floating around. And
Yeah.
I know that it's like an inauthentic
Yeah.
interaction
Yeah.
it almost sounds like psychotic to say it like that, but it'll literally
It
be like
does, but it's true.
it's literally like I'm doing a
Hmm.
performance because I know what I'm how I'm supposed to behave and how I'm supposed to act and I'm a participant in the society, but it is genuinely exhausting and I hate it.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I will feel like my energy, like my battery drain because I know that like no one at the table wants to hear me talk about like nipples on bat suits for 45 minutes or
Yeah.
how
And
like that was Schumacher's way of expressing his homosexuality was through those movies. No one wants to fucking hear that and sit through that,
mhm,
but you do. And you
I
welcome
do.
it and you join
Yes.
in because you feel the same. And when you're like sitting at a table full of people and they're all like lovely and nice and you think great things of each other, but like they're just talking about shit that you could give a fuck less about because like you're just
Hmm.
like, let's talk about aliens probing people anally. And like no one wants to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not even it's like it's just like an energy matching. Like it really doesn't
Hmm.
matter what we're talking about, but I just need that energy to be matched with no expectation.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's rough sometimes out there.
It really
Um,
is.
who else is gonna see that I wrote like 40 pages of Darth Maul notes and read through them? Only you, Noelle.
I'm on my second page, dude. I got lost after the Clone Wars, I will say. Eventually a Darth Maul episode will come, but like I have fallen down the fucking, oh my God. Dude, I've fallen down the pit of dark magic on Dathomir in such a fucking way that I've like lost the plot. Like I've forgot about Maul for a second because I was like, this is what I want to hear more about.
I know, dark, crazy Star Wars shit.
The Star Wars shit that they should talk about, but they're not fucking
Yeah,
brave enough to.
dude, in Darth Bane, like the Darth Bane trilogy, a bunch of Jedis come to shut down like what he's doing, and they all get sucked into this vortex where they're just tortured alongside these other Sith Lords for all eternity. And you're just supposed to fucking sit with that.
I,
And then it's the
dude, no
dark ass
one's
like the dark magic of Star Wars is
the
fucking
literal
crazy.
dark magic in Star Wars with the Night Sisters.
Hmm.
Disney Plus barely fucking touched on it, but like it's what I failed to recognize while we were like learning about or getting these notes prepped for a mall is like I always attribute like Maul's reincarnations, if you will, his rebirths, his piecing himself back together because he's like so full of fucking rage and
Hmm.
hatred and anger and like this vengeance to survive because you need to inflict revenge.
Yeah.
Just like he's the definition of surviving out of spite, which is like why I
Yeah.
love him. Um,
Hmm.
and in thinking of that, I completely forgot that like the best parts of like the mystical of Maul is like the Night Sisters on Dathomir and like his mom, like Sister Talzin.
It's easy to forget, especially because like I also didn't really consume those cartoons, but even like trying to dive into the books and stuff or like the comics, it's hard to get your hands on some of that content that
Yeah.
isn't directly for children.
It's
We
completely not for children. She's
almost,
doing
yeah,
blood magic. She's doing dark
yeah.
blood magic, and it's like that's so fucking sick.
Oh my God, we were so close with Acolyte,
So, dude,
but Acolyte had it. We talked about it kind of earlier. Acolyte, it wasn't digestible and like I don't know. They're serving you up saffron, but we came here for fucking French fries, you know?
yeah. People can't handle resurrection in that way. People want resurrection in the sense of like they never really
Dude,
died and they chose. People don't want resurrection in the sense of dark devil magic. Like
doing a
no one wants
Darth
that.
Maul Jesus parallel panel, that would be sick.
I mean, what is Maul other than the second coming?
Damn, that'd be
But
so cool.
it's like reverse.
Yeah, like Maul parallel Anakin, the
Hmm.
chosen one, all this stuff, like relatively.
Maul is Sisyphus. And
Yes.
what is Sisyphus other than Jesus if you think about it?
Dude, and then even once he gets that rock to the tippy fucking top, and then hello there, Obi-Wan cuts his ass down, and then
Yes.
Obi-Wan holds him in his arms as he dies. How shitty is that? I too would be too spiteful to let that happen the second fucking time
Yeah,
around.
dude. It's like
Like, if you give me a mortal wound and then try to console me as I die, I'm killing myself first. That lightsaber is going under my chin and just
yeah,
so that
man.
you don't get the satisfaction.
It's, I
Damn.
it's truly the most incredible story in the entire world and it makes me fucking bloodthirsty for more of the like Sith Lord Maul. Like I
I
hope
hope
that
they
they
continue that series.
they
I
have
would love
to.
to see something with like the Knights of Ren, like
Mm.
anything like Dark Force users that isn't
Well,
it doesn't
they
have to be profound or crazy, but like Maul is fun. Plagueis would have been great.
dude, they have to because they like were hinting at Oprys, his brother,
Dude, yeah.
in the show. So like what how could you if you're going to hint at Oprys, then you're going to have to talk about um the fight of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So like right? Like you'd have
Yeah.
to. You'd have to
Yeah,
even if
'cause
it's just doing memories, like even if it's just doing
yeah.
memories of what has happened, like you're going to see Talzin and his brother
Yeah,
because
'cause
he was
even
a fucking merc. They turned Oprys into a fucking
yeah.
mercenary
Yeah. Oh,
powered
that'd
by
be
dark
so
magic.
fucking sick. And I want it to be rated R, bitch.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm fucking saying. But one day we'll get to Maul.
Yeah.
One day we'll
That
get
was
to
a fun
Maul.
tangent.
Um, but I was gonna say, Ty had something that we've both desperately wanted and craved and prayed for, honestly. Ty had a dream that he
Sometimes.
was abducted by aliens and
Hmm.
they had a chip that they put in his leg. And in the dream, he gets it out and pulls all of these wires out of his leg and then he can like look in the leg and like see like a hole of where it was left and he talks to me in the dream and I tell him to find someone named Aloe Anderson and then he wakes up and when he wakes up he looks at his leg in real life and there's a mark exactly where the
It's
probe
literally
would have
making my
been.
mouth water.
I
Does
know.
he remember
I
what kind of aliens they were? Were they
He
grays? I never
doesn't
asked.
remember the aliens at all. He only remembers the
Fuck.
probing.
I feel like probing is kind of like quintessential with the grays, but
He's like
that's
he
also
came to me and tried to be like I was probed in my dream but never brought up aliens. I said you had an alien probe in your dream and he was like 'Cause it was like he was in his body witnessing it, and he was too busy looking at the probe that he didn't look and be like, "Oh, it's aliens."
I think, yeah,
And
I think he
then
got.
I think he got because the dream before that was him on an operating table looking at himself getting his organs removed and like put into like a bowl next to his body.
That lucky motherfucker.
I know.
I wish it to be me. I'll throw all the tinfoil out of my house
Hmm.
for it to be me.
Yeah.
That is so lucky. I wonder what you need to do is you need to get him fully nude and you need to look for other marks on his body to see
Yeah.
if he has like any new scuffs or like indentations.
I mean, we can try, but I feel like the leg one's crazy.
That's like so fucking crazy.
It being exactly where it was.
We did an episode about like what to expect after you've been abducted by aliens. So we need to go back and find those notes because some of it was like totally innocuous, like electricity may be different around you.
Hmm.
Cabinets may not close correctly, like ear ringing, maybe tasting pennies in your mouth.
Yeah, the metallic taste in the ear ringing is what I remembered,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I should have bought the alien kit. I should,
dude, I was like, there were aliens in this house and I slept through it. That's how you know I'm
yeah.
so exhausted with just life at large lately, is that there was an
Hmm.
alien abduction happening in my bedroom and I slept through it.
You know what? It's sometimes that's tech is bigger than us, and I don't think you should blame yourself. I think that you should blame capitalism
Yeah, and you're so right.
and
Because
the
like
aliens.
on that night I had like an 85 sleep score. I was
Oh,
out.
that's yeah, that's good.
Like had a
I'm usually in
crown
the
next to it.
70s.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a fucking good one.
So,
Friend of the podcast, Ichabod sent me his sister's sleep score and she had a perfect 100. I was like,
and I
damn.
frankly would never live to see that. The day that I get a
No.
perfect 100 is the day that my heart goes out.
Yeah, that's the day I'm actually dead and you've misread my Apple Watch completely.
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh, I'm so fucking jealous though of him for real.
I know I made him recite the story and I filmed it and I sent it to Chelsea and I was like, you never will believe it. You'll never fucking believe it. It should have been us. Should have been fucking
Um,
us.
I don't think Oliver's been ever. Oliver gets like bullied by the mimic, but he's never been as lucky as to have actually be
He
abducted by
hasn't been bullied by
aliens.
the mimic. He's in a relationship with that mimic. He fully interacts with that mimic, so
Yeah.
he's
You
got
know,
to
I
deal
do
with
think I
that.
have like a little alien implant in my body somewhere. You should come over one day and we'll numb it up.
Dig it
I'll
out.
order a scalpel off the internet and we'll see what
We should
happens.
just get my metal detector and see if anything goes off.
Okay. Either
And
way,
then
it's gotta
and
go.
then scalpel and then
Well,
scalpel.
what's weird is it used to be here and now it's here.
Watch it be one of the like birth control medals, like just lost in your
I've
arm.
never had one of those. Oh my God, they abducted me and gave me birth control.
Yeah,
That would be really like Planned
progressive
Parenthood aliens. Yeah, I'd be like, oh my God, thank you.
leftist aliens. But
Oh, I wish.
uh, speaking of aliens, you can get yourself emotionally abducted by going to the link tree in our bios. We are at Go to Hell Podcast. I'm at Noelle Fain. That is at Sith Lard. And in that link tree, you can find a link to our Patreon. This is actually going to be a Patreon anime episode because the mental exhaustion is real and sometimes we need to just have fun. Okay? And next
Yeah,
time we'll talk
also,
about
Noelle's
Maul.
working like 80 hours a week. So,
And this is true.
yeah.
And so is Chelsea. Chelsea is like, you guys don't even know. She's like building, she's coding.
Oh,
She's coding. I'll just say that she's
and I
coding.
don't know how to do it.
And
So,
that's fun and it's crazy because she's doing it and it's working. So anyway, it's hard sometimes, but besides the point. You can also find in that link a link to our merch. 100% of proceeds are donated. In that merch, you can find some art made by Kelly Holloran or at Wildwood L on Etsy. She makes cool shit for us. She makes cool shit in general. Check her out. She might be near you, dude. She's doing shit. She's out there, especially if you're in Michigan. You can also find a link to our Discord. We're kind of back in it a little bit. I got to check it again. Sorry. You
yeah,
know, I get,
I'm just gonna give everyone my phone number so they can just text me
no, straight up,
directly.
straight up. Cole Robbie fucking calling us out, being like, "Oh, they remembered every 3 to 5 months," and I was like,
I
"And
know,
you're so
I'm
right,
sorry.
and you're so right about that."
I know that I suck.
But um, in that link tree, you can also find, and I don't know why you'd need it, but a link to listen to us, which is anywhere podcasts are heard, and fucking YouTube, and fucking YouTube. Um, Fanix is next month. We
Hmm.
might Chelsea has at least one panel we know of.
Yes.
I don't know what else. We'll let you know when we know, okay? It's all the con is like cut in half because they're doing construction on the salt palace and it's the vibes are interesting, but Anakin Skywalker is going to be there, so you should go. And
Hell yeah.
um, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give a hail to whatever me mental illness Chelsea had during childhood and whatever like demon was
Hmm.
haunting her or whatever, because the spider in her hair gave her so much personality and interesting
Yep.
lore that she would then go on to share with us 30 years later. And we have to be very appreciative of that because there's no one else like that out there.
Thank you. It's just nice to be acknowledged.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I'll thank my parents for not adequately medicating me.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Yeah. And shout out to them for that. Shout out to them for that. Because now we get to enjoy things like this, like the spider in your hair. So maybe next week we'll fucking get our shit together and talk about Maul. I need to get off Dathomir. I'm so fucking serious. I've got to get off of it.
Dude,
I
let's talk about
just
Dathomir. Fuck it.
and the fucking voodoo. It's literally voodoo. Sorry,
It's
it's voodoo.
it's beautiful cinematic perfection.
And it's
Lore
amazing.
perfection.
And
Yes.
motherfuckers fear saying the Night Sisters resurrect motherfuckers, okay? They hate to hear that.
Hmm.
They hate to hear that the Night Sisters are resurrecting people from the dead. They hate that.
And I love it.
So, you know, what about that? Anyway, we'll fucking lock in. We'll fucking lock in and we'll fucking talk about Maul and we'll fucking talk about Talzin and we'll talk about black magic in Star Wars because no one else will.
Yeah, we're the only brave ones to bring the stories that the people fucking want.
It's true. It's very true.
And you're
So,
welcome for it.
yeah, and you're welcome. So, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, bye.
Bye.